go to that relegation battle, that battle at the bottom of the table. Leeds United and Southampton. Those two guys need to pick points. They need to pick points. Southampton, in their last game, yes, they got a result away at Chelsea. That can be a motivation for them going up against Leeds United, who on their part, lost 1-0 to their brother, another relegation battling team, Everton. So Southampton might just, have the energy to go into this one. But guys, quick one, Femi, Southampton at home to Leeds United.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is they're both in the bottom two. So that just one above the other. Whoever loses is going to aid themselves. Whoever wins may actually get out the bottom three that weekend. So it's a massive, massive game. Sometimes we say it's a relegation 6-pointer. It doesn't get any bigger than this at all. This is the biggest relegation 6-pointer the two of them will be involved in. I don't know how the season is going to pan out, but trust me, this is a massive one. And my thoughts first are going to be with Leeds. They're the home team. They've turned the corner a little, you can see. I mean, 2 games against Man United, they almost survived the second one. But my genuine concern for them will be, can they score the goals? And if they can, because they seem to miss a lot of chances sometimes.
They create a lot of chances, by the way. They create a lot of chances, but they keep missing.
They create a lot, and they miss too many of them. So Southampton, they don't score many goals. They can fight, and you saw they went to the bridge, and they got something out of there. So Leeds United, it's up to them now to show what they can do. They went to Everton, didn't get anything. If you can't win against Everton, who are your bottom 3 rivals, and your bottom 3 rival goes to Chelsea, the billionaires, and they get all 3 points, then you know something is wrong. So, but football is funny. One week you do amazingly well. The next week, you see, Man City beat the top of the table Arsenal, lost to bottom 3 or bottom 6. Couldn't beat bottom 6 Forest. So it's hard to call. I think on the day, whoever puts in more industry and that extra bit of quality, and that quality is in the guy called James Ward-Prowse. If he gets anything in and around the box, Leeds might actually have themselves to blame for their profligate way of playing, where they just throw chances away. That's my major problem for them. They brought in Patrick Bamford again. He's not scoring as you would expect. So there's a problem there. They need to convert their chances into goals. Against United at home, they had the first chances in the first half an hour. They could have scored 3 goals against United, but they did not score. They didn't score any of those. And as soon as Rashford scored, you knew there was only one winner there. So if they can find the back of the net, goals win you games, and that's why we're talking about Arsenal needing a striker in the close of the season, as in the summer. Right. So you need to score. So I hope Leeds find their form, because Leeds. Southampton have been in the Premier League for many years now. You have to really give it to them. But Leeds, I think more people would want Leeds in the Premier League than Southampton. So let's see how that pans out.
Okay, so Festus, Leeds United have not been able to beat Southampton in 3 attempts. They've drawn 2 and lost 1. In that period, Southampton have scored 4. Leeds United have scored just 3. So Leeds United don't like this tie. Despite what you see Rodrigo and the rest of them do, this is a tie that somehow, push them. They can't find a solution. Southampton, on their part, in the last 3 meetings with teams around them in the box, on the table, I beg your pardon, they've won. They've beaten Everton, and they've won their game against who is that again? I know they've won 2 of their games against the people around them. Now they went last week to Chelsea, to Stamford Bridge, and won again. Is that enough confidence? Enough confidence to go up against Leeds United and smash Leeds?
I don't think so. Southampton is one of the most inconsistent teams I know. They are so inconsistent that you don't know what games are there. They are in the mode of Leicester and a whole lot of other teams that today they play well, tomorrow they don't. So I can't actually use any of their records to judge them. But for this match, for the fact that Leeds is playing home, I think Leeds will take take this match. Even I want to go with what the
even though Leeds have not been able to beat them in their
yes,
last 3 attempts, 2 of them have been at home.
Yes, I think Leeds will take this. For the mere fact that one, they're playing at home, and two, they know what is at stake at this point in time. 2 of them have been so inconsistent, but at this point, I think even the bookmakers are giving Leeds 48% to win this against Southampton.
They are just bookmakers. They are wrong most
times.
Yes,
they are bookmakers, but I think I want to buy into them at this point in time. I want to believe Leeds will take this, and I see Leeds winning this 2-0.
Awesome. So I just think Southampton have
that's a big bold prediction, isn't it? 2-0.
It is a big bold.
The same Leeds that couldn't score against Everton.
I think they will.
I think it's gonna end
it strong at the back,
I think it's going to end in a draw. If anybody's going to win this one, Southampton will nick it. But I think it's going to end in a draw at the end of the day. Both teams will cancel each other out like they've done in their last 2 meetings. Both teams will cancel each other out. But Southampton,
for me, I think it will be a win for Southampton.
I think it's going to end in a draw. I think it's going to end in a score. Draw. Let's move away from that. Our final game. There is a London derby. Yeah, there is a London derby this weekend. Tottenham Hotspur up against Chelsea. That's on Sunday. Guys, quick words on that one. Tottenham Hotspur, for me, I think it's a game they can win. Chelsea, because of the inconsistency in their play and how unsure they are. Look at their play with or without the ball. They look like a team that is unsure of what to do when they're with the ball or when they're not with the ball. You have good quality players in the likes of Modric and the rest of them, and they look like passengers every time I've seen this Chelsea play in the last few weeks. And I feel it's a whole lot more than just a managerial problem. I think it's about having too many players and not being sure of how to deploy them. And I think Tottenham Hotspur will win this one 3-1.
That's bold.
They won their last game 2-0 against West Ham, and at home, I wouldn't say Spurs have been firing on all.
They are inconsistent also. That's the point.
Very inconsistent at home, but it's a London derby. And you can trust Harry Kane to come to the party. So I wouldn't put it past them to get 3 past Chelsea. Maybe somebody just tell Chelsea you're really, really missing out here. You're not doing the right things. And they're not a team yet, Chelsea, you can tell.
And that's the biggest problem they have.
Yeah.
That's actually
Bentancur comes to the party and all the Spurs have everything together at home.
So what's the prediction?
I think Spurs, of course, have better than Chelsea at the minute. But I hope Chelsea hold out. To me, I think Spurs may win it 2-1. That's what I think. 3-1 seems too far off for me, but I think 2-1 is not.
I see a tight game because both teams has been very consistent. You never know the Chelsea that may turn up. They've not been playing well.
If it's any of the ones,
there's been only one Chelsea turning up.
There's been only one Chelsea turning up. They've lost their last 4. They've lost out of their last 5 games.
I wonder. Only one Chelsea turning up.
Yes, I seriously wonder why the manager is still there. Is it that because of the 5 years they gave him and they are wondering the amount they're going to lose? This is the first time I've seen a manager, being this woeful in Chelsea and he's still there.
It's not Abramovich that is there any longer.
Well, the other guy, Tuchel wasn't given this kind of chance. Tuchel barely. I don't think he did much and was fired. So, for me, I think it's going to be tight because these 2 teams, like Tottenham as a club has not even been playing well. They just grind out result once in a while. I think for me, I want to stay on draw in this match.
So once in a while, you mean winning 3 in the last 4? That's once in a while.
Is it convincing?
They've won Fulham away, beat City at home, beat West Ham at home.
But they beat City and lost the next match. They beat City the next match they lost.
Yeah, so that doesn't make
They're not consistent. See,
last 4 games they've won 3. Last 4 games. They've won 3.
Before
They
then,
lost away from home. First off,
they even
if
won.
you can beat City at home, beat West Ham at home, I told you, because they are home, they have home comfort. And also, they're a stronger team than Chelsea. They know themselves very well. They know how each other play. Chelsea are still finding out about each other. So any problem, Chelsea players are going to be looking at each other like it was your fault. Whereas Spurs will go out, even if they concede first, they always have it in them to come back. And that's why I think they just have that stronger team ethic or mentality. And they could beat
for me, I have this nagging feeling that it's going to end draw. I get you. I understand where you're coming from. But I think this is likely going to be a 1-1 draw. But because of I still have that small not being sure of the Tottenham that turns up on the at the end of the day. So I'm giving it a 1-1 draw.
All right, our final game of the weekend to look at has to be the big one. Arsenal away at Leicester City. Leicester City, we saw how they ran riot against Tottenham Hotspur.
See your battle. Say the big one.
Why? It's the big one.
When did Arsenal Leicester become big one?
But do you know? Let me give you just a fun fact. Do you know that Arsenal's game against Manchester City last midweek was more viewed than all the Champions League games that were played?
Yeah, because of the build up to that match was interesting.
Build up. That's how big the game is. Beyond build up.
That's how a lot of things add to what to expect in a game.
It's Arsenal, it's City. They are the 2 top teams in the table. Arsenal has been playing well this season.
Arsenal has beaten all the top teams apart from City. You know, the anticipation, they talk about it, and the fact that who wins likely.
You think Arsenal is a bigger team than Bayern Munich?
No, but we know
what I'm telling you is that midweek, how big I'm trying to let you know that the Arsenal is a big team. They commanded a kind of viewership, that's Arsenal and City, that game, than any Champions League game that same day. I was at a pub. In Lagos to watch the game, and nobody wanted to watch the Champions League game. I was the one fighting that, okay, let them put 2 Champions League games on 2 screens, and then the rest of the screens can be. Everybody wanted to watch Manchester, even non-Arsenal fans and non-Manchester City fans. That's the beauty of the Premier League. It's the kind of buzz the Premier League, gives you around the world. And it's beautiful to see. That's why I call this one Arsenal away at Leicester City as big. So forgive me, for being sentimental about this. But Leicester City against Tottenham Hotspur, they ran riot 4-1. They won that one. Iheanacho was in impeccable form. He played a great game in that game. But Arsenal, they've had a good season so far. Can Leicester City wreak havoc against Arsenal?
I think so, Kali. I don't think Leicester have it in them to do any damage to Arsenal. The win against Aston Villa, clearly, like we said before, yes, we know we're not totally there with the confidence we were playing before everybody's scoring. But I think we're on our way towards. First of all, it's always good after losing a whole lot of time or drawing and you have your first win. There is this confidence that comes with it. It shows that you've just turned the bend. When you turn the bend, first of all, remember when you're slowing towards to turn the bend, you slow down, you turn, then you speed up. So at this point, I think we just turned the bend, and what we have now is to speed up and start moving. And I think the 2 games we have, which is Leicester, Everton, should afford us that opportunity to speed up a bit and ensure that I think Arteta will be set aside on those 2 games. He knows that these are potential 6 points that are up there for grabs. And I think we're going to get it. I don't see Leicester stopping the current momentum we have. I think we're going to beat them, not even just, it's not going to be a tight game in my own, with what I see Leicester in the couple of games. I don't see that match being a contest. I think Arsenal will take this, and I think we'll beat them very well. At least with a 2 goals margin. It could be 2-0, it could be 3-1, but I don't even see it ending with a 1 goal margin.
Well, for me, I think Leicester beating Spurs will give them a lot of confidence at home. Also, the crowd will be behind them. But one thing I've noticed is if you get into them, and you can see Man United did exactly the same thing. I beat them 3-0. But they also had many chances in that game at first. One thing that killed them was they were not converting their chances. So I'm not going to say this will be something that would happen, as a definite. We have to hand this win. We're not going to beat Leicester, just hoping for one. We have to put in a shift, really work hard. And if we can do that, stop their players. Barnes has been absolutely brilliant. Iheanacho is in great form at the minute. He's keeping out Patson Daka. He's keeping out Jamie Vardy as well. So if the manager can trust him and he's producing the goods and they're at home, we need to be wary of them. I'm not going to sit down here and hope for a victory. We need to really work for it. And I know we're going to have to end this one. But of course, there's a reason why we've been doing well this season. There's a reason why we've beaten every team in the league, bar Manchester City or so. So we've beaten nearly everyone in the league. So we've got the confidence. But I think at the back as well, Ward being the goalkeeper could be one that would tip it in our favor as well. The goalkeeper is decent, but it's no Kasper Schmeichel. He's not going to be Kasper. I don't think he will grow into being a Kasper Schmeichel as well. So maybe at the back, that's where the problem would be, if we can really take advantage of it. But if we leave it to chance and hope for it, Leicester would really. You don't beat Spurs. You don't score 4 goals against Tottenham Hotspur if you don't know what you're doing. So they do know what they're doing, and they would have beaten Man United, honestly, even at Old Trafford. They had so many chances at the start of the game. They should really have won the game if they're taking those chances. So if you can get serious, keep them out in the first 15, 20 minutes, run over them, and hopefully push them back, then I think in the end, it might be an Arsenal one. But I see them scoring, possibly a 2-1 to the Arsenal, hopefully.
I'm hoping Arteta will not do is changing Jorginho because Partey is back. I think let Partey rest and get an extra week to rest. Leave Jorginho in the side. Maybe still retain, Trossard in the side as well. Let him start, the game. But in all, James Maddison he's not really been 100%. The kind of influence is hard for Leicester City in times past. I've not seen it. I've not seen him consistently doing that. Iheanacho is good, is all of that, but Iheanacho can easily be caged in a game. Jamie Vardy is busy. He has become a shadow, of himself. Tete, yes, youngster is full of running and all of that, but one of the things they lack is the ability to play together as a front and make it count consistently, and that's why United were able to deprive them of the ball, frustrate them, and then score 3 goals against them. I think against the Arsenal, they will not have an answer to everything Arsenal is going to throw at them from the middle all the way up. I see Saka having a very brilliant game against them, scoring like 2 goals. I see Odegaard, pulling all kinds of strings. I'm thinking Arsenal will win this one by 4-1, because Arsenal is going to find a lot of joy, in the middle of the park and in front of that defense line. That's their biggest problem. That's Leicester City's biggest problem. In the last 6 games already, they've not been able. I can't remember the last time they kept a clean sheet. They don't know how to keep clean sheets anymore. Maybe the game in October against Crystal Palace, but since then, that was in the Premier League. But since then, in the Premier League, they concede goals for the fun of it, and that's against Leeds United. But beyond that, they don't know how to keep clean sheets, and that's going to be their biggest problem. In their last 6 games alone, they've conceded about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals, and against an Arsenal side that loves to score goals, they're going to be in trouble. And I'm predicting a 4-1 victory for the Arsenal in this one. Saka to score.